3, maybe you've heard of it. Maybe it's the best Mario game ever. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Depends
it
who
is.
you ask.
Definitely.
There
How are
we
you
go.
doing?
I'm doing great. Mario Block has been fantastic.
Yeah, this run
looking
of
forward to
SMB2
seeing
was
what-
really sick. And I'm
Great.
actually curious to see how well it's gonna do on SMB3, because I mean, the transition between SMB2 and SMB3 is really weird, because the jumps in SMB3 are really different. And if I was him, if I had to do the 2 games in a row, I would definitely die in 1-1. So yeah, I'm not sure. Is it? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see if he can switch gears. The acceleration and the jumps, like you said, both very different.
Yeah, the
across all the Mario games.
trajectories and all. Yeah, definitely.
All right, so I'm gonna let him know that we're ready on our end. Keyboard thumping.
Yeah, it doesn't even get any warm-up, so it's gonna be a rig test in 1-1, I guess.
We'll see if he plays it safe or anything, or if he just goes right in.
I'm not sure what he's gonna do, but yeah, in this run, 1-1 and 1-3 are really scary. So okay, he's taking the mushroom in 1-1. I think it's a good option, because basically, yeah, that's precisely what happened. It's really easy to get hit by the Flying Koopa in 1-1 and reset a lot of runs on that. So in a marathon setting, I would definitely go for mushroom in 1-1. So this is any percent no wrong warp. It's pretty much the traditional way of beating SMB3. Like, if you try to beat the game as a kid as fast as possible, this is most likely what you would do, which is you grab a whistle in 1-3 and in the fort. You then warp to World 8 and you beat World 8. So now he's gonna do the 1-3 whistle, but he has to grab a mushroom because it will help him for the fort to grab the second whistle. So yeah, you have to crouch on the white block for 5 seconds or so, and you go behind, get one whistle. So the fort has a really neat trick, which is pretty difficult to do, to keep speed and fly at the same time. When you grab the leaf, he's gonna attempt it for sure, so let's see if he gets it. Perfect. And he gets the second whistle. So if you use both of them in a row, you reach World 8. And yeah, it's pretty much what we did as a kid, I think. Well, at least I did that when I played the game long ago. I used to play mostly World 1, 4, 8, and sometimes 2 and 3. I didn't play a lot of 5, 6, 7 as a kid for some reason, but they were really difficult too. So, and now it begins the special part about SMB3 autoscrollers, obviously. There is actually a few things you can do in this one. Well, there is mostly one thing you can do. At some point you will probably do some lag reduction because there are many explosions and all. So there is one spot or two where you can reduce the lag a little bit. But other than that, you can't really do much about it. So in this autoscroller, you're gonna keep the leaf because you don't really have a choice. There is nothing else. And in the next one, you will try to get, in this category, a flower, which is going to be useful until the end of the run. So this one is pretty straightforward, but the next one will be a pretty big test, because if you get the flower or not has a huge impact on your time, basically. Also, this one has a little RNG to it, because at the end of this autoscroller there is a boomerang ball, and depending on the pattern it gives you, you can basically, well, kill him slightly faster if you're lucky. I see what he gets. I think he got a pretty good pattern actually. Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, he went a bit too early for the chest, but it was gonna be a 166 grab, and yeah, it's pretty much what you want. Okay, so this is the tricky part. He's gonna try to get the flower, and it's really important to get it for multiple reasons. Okay, let's see if he gets it. Ouch. This is really tight, because if you jump too early, you're gonna get hit. And if you jump too late, you don't have time. And yeah, when you try to execute it in this tight window, sometimes you fail the crouch and it happens. It's unfortunate. It's not the end of the run, but it's gonna be a little setback for sure. Because at the end of this autoscroller and another one later on, he has to fight a Boom Boom. It's a mini boss. And if you kill it with fire, you save 4 seconds compared to killing it normally. Also, I'm gonna explain what's gonna happen in the next screen, which is a really famous thing about SMB3, and I'm sure many of you already know about it, which is the number of hands he's gonna get. So in the second part of World 8, there is 3 optional stages. You're gonna see 5 squares, but only 3 of those 5 squares have actual stages. And each of the squares, it's the first one, the third one, and the 5th one, each has a 50-50 chance to grab you. And obviously you don't want to get grabbed. Each stage is pretty much 20 seconds long. So it's 1 in 8 to not get grabbed at all. And well, it gets grabbed by the first one, so yeah. Worst case scenario so far. In this case, it doesn't have a flower, so if it gets grabbed by the third one, it's not the end of the world because it can grab a flower in the third one, but it doesn't want the first and second one at all. Okay, second hand. So far, 2 out of 3. So yeah, it's 1 in 8 to get no hand at all, and it's also obviously 1 in 8 to get 3 hands. And it's 3 in 8 to get 2 and 3 in 8 to get 1. And here the third hand. Classic marathon luck. Yeah, so here's what I was saying you is gonna get a flower, which is like the only consolation at this point about this RNG. And one more autoscroller, because why not? This one is actually pretty fun, honestly. It's twice faster than the other ones, and it's pretty intense. In this category, in short categories, it's not too stressful, but in long categories, you tend to overthink your inputs a bit. And yeah, it's not super hard, but we've all run lost runs before to it, so you have to take it seriously still. And it feels really bad to lose runs to an autoscroller, particularly this late into a run. Same thing, as a kid I remember I used to use a P-wing on this one, because not flying over it was a bit too difficult for me, I guess. Omelette du fromage. Yeah, I see you, BJW. Okay, 8-1. This is when strats get pretty hard in World 8. Getting P-speed in this stage and keeping it can prove pretty difficult. Very nice. It's precise and dangerous at the same time, but he did it really nicely. 8-2 is a bit more straightforward for the most part, except there is a big slope going up with 3 plants. And the problem with fire in this game is you are faster than your fireballs with speed, so you have to slow yourself down to kill enemies in front of you with fire. And yeah, he didn't slow himself down enough, so he took the hit and just tanks through the rest, which is fine. I mean, getting hit in that stage is not a big problem because there is a really fast flower in the next one. It will just waste maybe 2 seconds. Doesn't really matter, honestly. Particularly after getting 3 hands, which is more than 1 minute time loss. So in this fort, you activate a P-switch, and it's really important to do the rest of the stage flawlessly, because if you don't actually reach the door in time, and you have to activate another P-switch, and you lose like 10 or 15 seconds. Perfect. And you see why fire is so good, how quickly it could kill the boom boom there. So yeah, big difference. And we are at a pretty important point of the run, because if he gets hit now for any reason, it's gonna be really, really bad. And the reason for that is there is no flower anymore. If you get hit, you can't get a flower back, whatever you do. And you really need flower to kill Bowser, because Bowser will die with 35 fireballs. And if you don't kill him with fire, I don't actually know the exact time loss, but it's maybe 30 seconds. Also, it's really big. So yeah, getting hit at this point is really, really bad. And I mean, it can happen. Cujo, this auto-scroller is sometimes nicknamed the Cujo scroller, because Cujo was a very talented runner and he has the record for Warpless. Once lost a world record to this because he got hit, and he was pretty sad about it. But I mean, it ended pretty well in the end, because later on it still got the Warpless record with an even better run, so that's okay. Okay, last stage of the run, Bowser Castle. So same thing. He tried to do a wall zip that saves 1.5 seconds, but it's frame perfect, so it's not easy to do. So yeah, same thing, you really don't want to get hit, and a lot of those jumps are really tight. This castle is incredibly intense in terms of execution. Like, getting P-speed back in that room and keeping it is pretty hard. Okay. Bowser, 35 fireballs, here we go. Very nice. Pretty solid run, honestly. I mean, even really good, because he got 3 hands and there is absolutely nothing he could have done about it, so the rest of the run went pretty well. And doing SMB2 and SMB3 in a row with such high quality runs is really amazing, so congrats to him, honestly.
Fantastic. The stream unfortunately could not keep up with how fast Iluvmario was going. Neither can the timer, apparently. But that's alright. We all know just how good that run was.
Yeah, it was really good. It's too bad there was a few problems with it.
So that was the wonderful skills of I Love Mario, showing us Mario 2 and 3. We're dropping the Marios now. Those are done, but we're keeping the Super. We're gonna move on to Super Pitfall. And a little guy called Whitman Price is going to be coming back. He did a commentary for us on Mario 2. Karua joined us for commentary on Mario 3, so thank you very much to him for helping us out there. That was good stuff. So stay tuned. No more Mario, unfortunately. But Super Pitfall is... well, it's not as good a game. I think I'm pretty comfortable making that statement. I'm the kind of person who likes to think things are subjective. It's all kind of, beauty in the eye of the beholder and all that. But I still feel pretty comfortable saying Super Pitfall, objectively, not as good as Mario Brothers. But it's fun to watch in its own way. And Whitman Price, I almost called him White Hat. Different wit is also entertaining as well. So stay tuned. We're going to switch it over to Super Pitfall.